Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for Oakland is Matt Keough, whose record is 6-5 with a 4.51 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bryn Smith, whose record is 2-3 with a 7.59 ERA. And so we took it on the chin yesterday, causing us to lose and fall back to 9.5 games in the American League East. And so we are really at the end of our rope here. I mean, if we fall 10 back, I think it's fair to say that maybe we need to start looking toward next season. And if that happens, maybe we'll bring up some people and because, again, we are only playing 110 games in the season, there's not a September call-up. So we might start cycling people in and out from AAA and seeing who we can count on and, going forward. We do have a lot of people still with contracts that are expiring, either going to free agency or arbitration. And we really can't afford to give too much more in contracts. We have only $371,000 left in cash money. Meanwhile, our projected loss for this year is almost $1.5 million. And we've curtailed that sum by trading off some of our more expensive players. But we still have Jason Thompson as the main person to trade if we make that call. And it's looking more and more likely. And that's tough because he is the American League home run leader as well as all of baseball. So I guess it's going to come down to, I don't know, I guess maybe getting the guts to do it because I really don't want to trade Thompson anymore. But hypothetically, if we were to keep him, I mean, we probably could not sign a single player for next year. And I think it's safe to say we're still in the market for maybe a number 3 starting pitcher. At any rate, having said all of that, Bryn Smith is on the mound today. He has been pitching better of late. We'll talk about him in a few moments. And Cappy, coming back from being in AAA for a few weeks, pitched 2 innings yesterday, didn't give up any runs, pitched pretty solidly in relief of Jerry Keough. And so let's take a look at the lineup. There it is there. It's the exact same lineup personnel as yesterday. I did switch Gibby and Reggie. And as I've mentioned for the last 2 games, Trammell is still listed as tired. And now Rickey Henderson has joined him as being tired. So I guess we have to be careful after we finish this series, not to get them injured. But this is the make or break it game, I think, here. If we lose, we go to more than 10 games back. This could be a major problem. So here is the Oakland lineup today, batting leadoff. In center field is Rusty McNealy. Batting second at second base is Shooty Babitt. Batting third in left field is Tony Brewer. Batting cleanup and catching is Ed Putman. Batting fifth at first base is Joe DeSa. Batting sixth in right field is Mike Davis. Batting seventh and DHing is Kelvin Moore. Batting eighth at third base is Tony Phillips. And batting ninth and at shortstop today is Rob Picciolo. And Bryn Smith, he's brought the ERA down to 7.26 as a Tiger. This is his 8th start. 2-3. He does have Bobby Ramos as his personal catcher, which is why Ramos is going back-to-back games, getting starts here. 31 innings pitched. He's given up 25 runs, 18 walks, 16 Ks. Opponents are batting .348. I know it doesn't sound good, but he has been improving. And really, other than the game versus Baltimore, where we got beat that whole series, actually, where he got a no decision, giving up 3 runs in 3 innings on those 7 hits. He hasn't been too bad. So these 5 starts here are the 5 since we assigned Bobby Ramos as his catcher. So he's lowered his ERA from 15.30 to 7.59, essentially cut it in half. So We have high hopes that maybe Bryn Smith is going to finish off the season strong. There's the defensive lineup for the Tigers. Taking a look there. And here's Rusty McNealy batting leadoff today. Absolutely toasting us on the base pass. And Smith walks him to start off the game. McNealy has 5 stolen bases in the last 2 games against Detroit. So, see what happens next. Ground ball to short. McNealy was not running, and they turn 2. So we'll take the double play. That feels like a gift. 2 down. Here's Tony Brewer. Brewer base hit up the middle. His batting average goes up to .311. I believe he's 5th overall in the American League in batting average. Next up, former Tiger Ed Putman. Putman pops it up. And caught in foul ground on the first base side for the 3rd out. So we go to the bottom of the 1st. Here is the Tigers lineup for today. Batting leadoff and playing center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting 3rd and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting 5th in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting 6th and DHing is Reggie Jackson. Batting 7th and catching today is Bobby Ramos. Batting 8th in right field is Garry Hancock. And batting 9th at 3rd base is Tom Brookens. Matt Keough on the mound for the A's, making his 18th start, 6-5, 4.54 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. We see that a lot. And here's his batting average. Opponent's batting average is .286, and he's got 2 complete games this season. And we faced him earlier this year, right? Yeah, we did. And he went the full 9. Complete game, giving up 3 runs, only 4 hits, and he had 7 strikeouts. Okay, so there's the defensive alignment for Oakland. One interesting note, it looks like they moved Tony Phillips from shortstop to 3rd, and Picciolo is in shortstop today. So again, the left side of the infield not great, as it looks like they're sitting Kevin Mitchell, who was their everyday 3rd baseman. Rickey Henderson leading off for the Tigers. Sharp line drive to center. Caught by McNealy, 1 down. Here is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Not so sweet as he grounds out to second, and his batting average is well under .250 now. As it seems like we're starting to struggle as a team. We'll have 1 game where we'll break out, and then after that, it's lucky if we get a base hit. So we go to the top of the 2nd as Trammell flies out to center field. Here is Joe DeSa leading off the 2nd inning. Smith gets DeSa to pop it up, and an error by Ramos. He must have dropped the ball in fair territory. It looked like it might have been in foul ground, but apparently that's not the case. So runner on first for Mike Davis. Davis bloops it into left center field. That'll fall in for a hit. DeSa takes 3rd. And it's 1st and 3rd for Kelvin Moore, who hadn't really been playing until this. This is his 7th game, so really this series is one of his first 2 series of the season. Line drive to left, caught by Gibby. DeSa scores. So 1-0, unearned run. Next up, Tony Phillips hitting it right back to Bryn Smith. The only play was to go to second. Can't turn 2. So 2 down. Here is Rob Picciolo, who strikes out swinging. So the A's get on the board on the error by Ramos. 1-0, bottom of the 2nd. Here's Jason Thompson. Thompson strikes out. 1 down for Gibby. Gibson pops it up. This is crazy. Some of the worst pitchers in the American League on this team. And it takes Reggie Jackson to get our first hit. So we'll take it. Base hit for Reggie. His batting average is crept up to 245. I'm sorry. And it's going to bring up Bobby Ramos, who was held hitless in yesterday's game. Here he walks. So first and second for Garry Hancock. 3 for 6, 2 home runs against Matt Keough. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Will Jackson score? Yes, he does. The anticipation was killing me. So it's all tied up with 1 run on the base hit by Hancock. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. All this is happening with 2 outs. Tommy Brookens gets drilled right in the hip bone, and now the bases are loaded for Rickey Henderson. So Rickey had a clutch hit yesterday, and here's the bases loaded, 2 down, and ground ball to Picciolo, and that's the inning. So Tigers come back, tied up at 1, and we go to the top of the third. Here is Rusty McNealy leading off the inning, and Smith walks him again. Man, this is so frustrating. Runner on first. Shooty Babitt. Oh, look at that. Smith picks off McNealy. Catches him napping at first. And we have 1 down now. Good job by Smith. And what does he do? Turns right around, walks Shooty Babitt. So runner on first. We're going to guard the lines against Tony Brewer. Ground ball right back to Smith. We turn 2. They just get the lead runner at second. Brewer safe at first. 2 down for Eddie Putman. And a wild pitch on a 73-mile-an-hour curveball moves Brewer into scoring position. That's always a bad sign. Ground ball to second. Hey, there we go. Whitaker tosses him out. The wild pitch leads to nothing. We go to the bottom of the third. Here is Sweet Lou leading off, 2 for 9 against Matt Keough. Keough leaves one hanging, but Whitaker can't get nearly enough. It falls short at 405 feet. Next up is Alan Trammell. Line drive to the left, falls in for a hit. Trammell keeping his average right around the 315 mark with that base hit. So Trammell's on first. We got to let JT swing away. He is 0 for 6 with 2 walks. But he's got a live bat. Oh, there's a line drive to center. Okay, we're going to have Trammell attempt to steal second base against Putman. Trammell's been pretty successful, right? Let's double check. He's got 15 stolen bases. 15 out of 20. That's better than Henderson, percentage-wise. So, here we go. Trammell attempting to steal second, and he's thrown out by Putman. All right, we go to the top of the fourth. The desperation setting in. Joe DeSa leads off with the 4th walk by Smith. And I think his day is coming to a close prematurely. As Davis hits a ground ball to second, they can only get the lead runner. One of the best double play combos of all time. They literally should be turning to every single ground ball. And then Mike Davis steals second base. So Ramos falling out of favor. He's given up tons of stolen bases in this series. The error. Kelvin Moore hits a ground ball to third. Davis is going to have to hold as Brookens guns him down at first. 2 down. Here's the switch hitting Tony Phillips, batting left-handed against Bryn Smith. He pops it up, flying deep enough to be caught. There we go. I thought for a minute it might fall in, but it's going to be caught by Hancock. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still tied at 1. Gibby's up next. Gibson, little duck snort into center. That's going to fall in. I thought McNealy had it. Do we go for 2? No, we don't go for 2. We are going... What's Reggie's skill set look like? Nothing. All right, we're going to let Reggie swing away. You so do. Line drive to left. It's going to be caught by the left fielder Brewer. That's 1 down. Next up, Bobby Ramos. We're going to hit and run with Ramos. Ground ball to second. Gibson moves into scoring position as Ramos is tossed out. 2 down. Garry Hancock flips it into left center field, and it will be caught by Brewer for the 3rd out. To the top of the 5th, Bryn Smith, 68 pitches. Only 2 hits, those 4 walks, though. I mean, that's not great. Picciolo hits it right into the dirt, and another error by Ramos as Picciolo moves to second on the throwing error. This is the worst game by far for Ramos on this season. And now we've got a lefty and some righties coming up. Man, I almost want to... Well, Smith has already walked McNealy twice, so we may as well let him pitch to him. Line drive to center field, caught. Oh my gosh, and then Henderson throws out Picciolo at 3rd. That has got to be Henderson's 9th assist. 9th outfield assist. That is amazing. And really, really helpful in that situation. Shooty Babitt, base hit to left. That's only the 3rd hit for the A's. Next up is Brewer with 2 down, Babitt on first. Man, just for a second I thought that was gone, but Gibby tracks it down for the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tom Brookens leading off. Ground ball to Phillips at 3rd. There's 1 down. Back to Rickey Henderson. He's 0 for 6 with a strikeout against Keough. And here he pops it up into right center field. Caught by the right fielder Davis. It's going to leave it up to Sweet Lou. Gets something going. 2-out rally. He goes the opposite way to left and lines out for the 3rd out. So this is going to be the last batter for Smith here against Putman. Righty on righty. May as well let him throw it. And Putman pops it up. Brookens should make the catch on the outfield grass. He does. That's going to do it for Bryn Smith. Technically did not give up an earned run. That's going to get his ERA down to 6.51. Okay, so we're going to bring in our boy Dave Rucker. Been pretty solid. Let's take a look here at his stats to date. This will be his 18th game, matching last season. No record, 2.12 ERA. 13 Ks and 17 innings pitched. Pretty solid. Opponents are batting 188. Oops. And we take a look at his splits. Lefties are batting 118 against him. Joe DeSa, 102 versus lefties this year. And he pops it up on the infield. Carrying to the outfield grass. Trammell gets it. 1 down. And Mike Davis, 158 versus lefties. He slams it to center. Henderson makes the catch on the warning track. 432 feet. And it falls short. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Player of the game so far. Is it Hancock with the RBI? I guess it would have to be. As Trammell leads off the inning against Keough, who's only at 68 pitches. Trammell strikes out looking. 1 down. Here's JT. Thompson base hit up the middle. He's 1 for 3 on the day. It's going to bring up Gibby. Runner on first. 1 down. Base hit to right field. Will Thompson get to 3rd? He does. The Turtle Thompson cruising into 3rd. And now this is what Reggie does best, according to his skill set. Sack fly. Thompson, not a lot of speed, but if we can get it to the outfield, boom. That's going to be a tough call. 271 feet, 60%. Yes. Thompson safe at home. Sac fly by Reginald, and it's 2-1 Detroit. Okay, here's Ramos, really struggling today. Shoots it to right. That's the hardest hit ball he's had so far today, but it's going to be caught by Davis for the third out. We go to the 7th inning, and Rucker did a fine job. We're going to take him out. We're going to bring in Dave Patterson. Patterson pitching pretty solidly for us. Taking a look here. This is his 10th appearance. 1-0 record, 2.45 ERA. 7 Ks in 11 innings. Opponents are batting .205. The splits, righties are batting .250 against him. So not a lot of data there. Kelvin Moore, he's 0 for 1 against Patterson this season. And he strikes him out. Good job by Patterson. Keeping the leadoff runner off base. And then he walks Phillips. Phillips really ought to be their number 2 hitter. That's what he batted leadoff and in the second hole for Detroit when he played for them. We're gonna bring the corners in with Picciolo. Great bunter, down a run. Swinging away though, up the middle for a base hit. Oh man! So here's a lefty, McNealy. We're gonna bring the outfield in. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. McNealy batting only .220 versus righties. Ground ball to short. Let's turn 2. There we go. The fast guys we get. So good job by Patterson digging himself out of that hole. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Detroit. Garry Hancock leading off and walking. Keough still not even at 90 pitches yet. And we know Brookens can't bunt. It says 85. We checked his skills. Bunting is not his thing in situation. Like, what does that mean then? Bunting for a hit? He's better at that than just somehow laying down a bunt? So we just have to let him swing away. Oh, it's basically like a bunt as he hits it back to Keough. And Hancock is safe at second. So 1 down. Here's Rickey. Rickey's had no luck today. 0 for 3. Have him hit to the right side, move him along, right back to Keough. That moves Hancock to third. So we need a clutch hit here from Sweet Lou. He's 0 for 3 on the day as well. Ground ball to third. And that's the inning. So wasted opportunity, leaving the leadoff runner stranded at third. We go to the 8th, and let's see here. We're going to bring in Tom Hume in the 8th inning, and we'll leave the lefty Underwood for this group right here. So we're playing the matchups. Tom Hume actually been pretty solid. Sorry, we'll pull this up real quick. 10th game, he's 1-0. ERA sub 1. 10 innings pitched. Not really a strikeout pitcher. He's got 5 Ks in 10 innings. And opponents are betting .237. He's 2 out of 3 in save opportunities. This here technically is a save opportunity. With Shooty Babitt leading off. Babitt flying out to left center field. Caught by Gibby. 1 down. Next up is Tony Brewer, who he walks. That's the tying run at first. Oh, look at all these walks today. Not good, Tiger pitchers. Runner on first for Ed Putman. Striking him out. And now we have those lefties coming up. We know DeSa has got power. He's hit one already this series, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to guard the lines. I mean, Hume is our closer. He ought to be able to get to these lefties. Oh no, is that going to fall in? Caught! There we go. Good job by Hume. We might give him a chance at a 2-out save. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, let's get some extra runs here. As Trammell leading off. Ground ball to short. Trammell 1 for 4 on the day now. Next up is JT. Thompson's got a hit. Here he strikes out swinging. Only the third K for Keough, who's up to 106 pitches as Gibson steps in. Gibby's got 2 hits today. And a ground ball to short. 1-2-3 inning for Keough. Potentially his second complete game against Detroit if we can close it out here. So we got Davis, Moore, and Phillips. A lefty, a righty, and a switch hitter. I think the right thing to do is to bring in Underwood. I believe it to be true. We're going to give it a shot. Let's take a look at his numbers. 32nd game, 4-4 record with that 3.38 ERA. I believe he struggled a little bit more of late. He's got 16 Ks in 32 innings pitched. His opponent's batting average up to 219, 2 saves and 6 attempts. Take a look at his log. He's given up 3 runs 5 games ago. That was a really bad outing, but he's been okay since then. And I guess lefties are still batting under 200, well under 200 against him. So Mike Davis, 150 hitter versus lefties. Shoots it to left. I think Gibby's got it. There we go, 1 down. Next up, Kelvin Moore, 1 for 2 on the day with he's 0 for 2 today with an RBI. Says he's batting 400 versus lefties, but it's limited. There we go, strikeout. We're down to the last batter. Tony Phillips, 0 for 2 with a walk, batting .318 as a switch hitter versus lefties. Ground ball to Whitaker. That could be the ball game. Yes, there we go. That's a good victory. One of desperate need. We'll take the victory 2-1. And let's take a look at the standings. I'm almost afraid to look. Yeah, 10-game winning streak by Baltimore right now. I mean, how are we going to catch them if they don't lose? Everybody in front of us won. That's tough. That's tough. Detroit's 41 wins. We would be in first place in the West. And yet we sit in 5th by percentage points. Just for the heck of it, let's take a look at the National League. We haven't looked over there in a while. The end of the month is coming up, and we'll do a end of the month standings and leaders show. But we'll take a look real quick as St. Louis has a 5.5 game lead over Montreal. Very impressive. And the Astros have a 3.5 game lead as the Reds have lost 6 in a row to fall 3.5 back. All right, let's take a look at transactions. Nothing. Well, Glenn Gulliver out a month, which is the rest of the season for the Cubbies. And Vic Davalillo retires at age 41 from the Dodgers. Pretty long career. 17 games. He had 1 at bat last year. Was that as a defensive replacement, I would imagine? I don't know. But anyway, good long career for Davalillo. And let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. We have 4 more home games the end of this month. I think we lead off July with a home game, and then it's going to be a lot of road games. So it's going to be tough. I'm pretty sure I hit that button. Let's try it again. Oh, what's going on here? Come on. There we go. My bad. And here is the box score. Player of the game. There was 2 that were popping up. Player of the game. Player of the game is it? Should we give it to Reggie? Reggie did get the go-ahead RBI, right? It doesn't say. Oh, he had the sac fly. That basically gave us the win. So we're going to give it to Reggie. Good job by him. Bryn Smith didn't pitch horrible. But Dave Rucker gets the Vulture win. Goes to 1-0 on the season. Pat Underwood gets his 3rd save. Pitched really well there in the 9th. And no extra base hits. Couple caught stealings. Matt Keough, hard luck loser, goes to 6-6, pitching really well. Certainly well enough to win. But that's going to be it. We'll be back tomorrow with Game 4 of this 4-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.